Hello farmers, welcome back to Griffin, Indiana. It is day 3 of fall and a lot of things are going on today. The cattle, we're up to 39 cattle, and this is where we're going to start the episode. Well, obviously, because you already know I'm standing here. But some things are going on. Soybean harvest is happening as we speak. Frank Jr. is in the Ideal Combine, and Frank Sr. is in a Panther 2, harvesting some sugar beet in field number 3, because, well, it's a contract. They're paying us $23,000 or so to harvest that field, and they're only charging me like $1,500 or so to lease the equipment. So yeah, why not go ahead and do that? The money, we're up to $626,000 in bank account. My goal by the end of tomorrow, which is day 4 of fall, is to be up to $800,000, which means we can buy field number 30, because field 30 is ready for harvest. I did take the contract, so hopefully that won't get harvested. The reason why we're starting up here, because Frank Jr. is still harvesting the Ideal. We're going to take over for him in a little while and harvest some soybeans, but we're going to start here at the cow barn, because after the last few episodes of doing the hay field, and everyone's, a couple people told me there was like a lot of comments on the hay itself and the cow barn. Like one person said, why am I doing the hay? This takes grass. Yes, it does take grass. If you go in here, in case, you know, I've been showing hay going in here, and I'll explain that in just a moment. But yeah, it does. If you come in here, it does take grass and hay. And I just double checked to make sure. And yes, it does take grass. I just spawned in a grass bale and threw it in there just to see if it does. And it does. I've also changed the times that we're feeding the cattle at 9 and 9. 6 and 6 doesn't quite do it for me because I don't get up before 6 o'clock, so I'm fast forwarding. And sometimes the cows don't get fed in time. They've been kind of low on some food sometimes. So 9 o'clock, we're usually up, so not that big of a deal. The reason why we're doing hay, yeah, you keep getting stuck all the time there, Frank, don't you? The reason why we got to do hay is because we're playing with seasons. Yes, it does take grass, and I could bale the grass and put it underneath the shed, but within a season, I think the grass disappears, if I'm not mistaken, even if it's baled on up. So, yeah, that's why we're doing hay. Frank, where are you? Why are you... Oh, you're not stuck. You need to be unloaded. Oh, yeah, because you unloaded kind of faster, didn't you? All right, we'll come help you on out. So while we're here, field number 3 is where we're currently at, and Frank is going around. I have him on Courseplay. And by the way, right now, Courseplay is on the Giants mod hub. But make sure before you download it, it does have something about... there's other mods that it goes with it, and if you're using other mods, you better make sure all your mods that you're using along with Courseplay are updated. The Courseplay version I'm using, I'm going to say it's old. I haven't updated it in months, but it works for me. I had no problems with it, so I've just been keeping along with it where it is. But field number 3 here, the Panther 2, when it was doing the headland, you see the sugar beet. I didn't get the sugar beet on the edge there because the Panther 2 harvester is clipping the limbs of the other trees, so yeah, we couldn't quite get to the edge of the field, which is fine. So we're going to be doing a little bit of this today. This is going to be a 2-hour job for Frank. He's going to be kind of busy over here with the harvester. The Ideal harvester, yeah, we only got one trailer down low, but we're not going to fill up with soybeans as quick as we are sugar beet. So we'll go ahead and take care of Frank when we need to. Ideal 10T2 work tool needs to be unloaded. Oh, because you're done, aren't you? You must be done. Frank Jr. is done. Now can I get back to what I was doing here to begin with, which is cleaning out the cows. And there was silage in the bucket, but I just accidentally dumped it on the ground, so it went right into the feed trough. Which is fine, but we're going to go ahead and pick it up. And right now, I'm just leaving it inside the bucket. 9,000 liter bucket. That can hold a lot of spillover from the cattle. And I want to dump it into the bunkers. Can you close there, please? Thank you. Well, I mean the bunkers, I mean these bunkers over here. As for the grass field, yeah, I don't think we're going to get another harvest out of it this year. Like I said, we're already in day 3 of fall, so winter is approaching. Our soybean field is ready for harvest, but let me go help Frank Jr. We can go ahead and stop driver. And we'll turn that off. Where are we here on field number 6? Alright, so over here. Not quite full, but that's no problem. All the soybean fields we are harvesting, basically. Including our own, but our own is going to be until last. Field number 32 is going to be net. No, do I have field 32 for a contract? Oh, that's a fertilizing contract. I saw field 32 earlier. I'm like, okay, harvest that. Don't want to harvest our field. So field number 29, I bet you, is ready. 29. 29, where are we here? Field 29. Where's 29? Harvest field 29. I think they're all going. I think everything's going to the same. I think it's all going to the Posey Co-op. That's the only one that's blinking on the map. So the soybeans and the sugar beet are all going there. So it makes my life just a little bit easier. Just have to keep going to the same one, which is fine by me. Alright, so back to what I was trying to say earlier as well. So by the end of tomorrow, day 4 of fall, harvesting all these fields, hopefully we'll get some seeding contracts as well. Oh, I gotta take down the header here. I can't go across. Oh no, I can go across the bridge, right? I think we've done this before. Will it go over? Yes, it will. But I can't drive up on the bridge. That doesn't help. So by harvesting all these fields, hopefully we'll get some. Oh, you know what's hitting? I didn't see it. Is the ladder for getting up into the combine. All right, we'll do this. We'll get it right. There we go. Sneak a little bit more on this side. It's a tight squeeze, but you can get through here. I'm just being a bad driver like always. So yeah, once we get done harvesting these fields, hopefully we'll get some reseeding contracts. And of course, fertilizing contracts. I didn't get many fertilizing contracts from last episode to this episode. So I think all the fields down south, I can cut across these. Not a big deal. I do actually have crop destruction on, but if it's not your field, not a big deal. And I don't feel like taking the header off just to go on down the road here. So this is the field I'm hoping that we're going to be buying here by the end of tomorrow. The other thing I can do today is the milk price is starting to go through the roof. It's like at 1,400 and climbing, and I got like 30,000 liters of milk ready to go. So that'll bring in a good amount of money. So maybe by the end of day 4 of fall, we can buy that soybean field right there with a crop currently in it. Now, getting back to the grass situation, I am thinking if I can only get one cut in a grass field per season, and that's the way it's kind of looking because we only got one cut in our grass field this year, field number 1, which is the only field that we own that has a soybean into it, I think in the future what we're going to do is turn that into a grass field as well. By doing that, I really don't need the harvester and the headers or anything like that on the other side of that bridge that we just crossed, because they'll all be grass fields. So I don't need the, everything down here is going to be like corn. We're going to be heavy into corn, I think, and a cereal crop once in a while, of course, to get ourselves some straw for the cattle for bedding, and also for the TMR. So that's what we're going to be doing down here in the fields. So I'm also thinking any extra cash we get before we get to winter. So I am thinking that we will get enough cash to buy that land by the end of tomorrow, and hopefully I get some extra cash to where I can buy more cows. I want to buy another 20 cattle. That's not, I mean, we're talking about, what, $60,000 maybe? Is it even that much? Is it $2,000 per cattle? If it is only 2,000, there's a 2,500. I forgot. But either way, I want to buy 20 more cattle. So next year we'll have 60 cattle, and hopefully, they will all start producing offspring. I don't know how long it takes. We got like 20 new cattle this year. I don't know how long it's going to take before they can produce offspring. Hopefully next season. We got to get the production of the cattle up a little bit more. But I mean, I did start with cattle sooner than I thought I would on this challenge. We got up in year number 1. And now that we finally got our hay all settled, I think. And of course, straw's not a problem, and silage is not a problem. I think we can go ahead and get more cattle. So that is the kind of future plans right now for the farm here in Griffin, Indiana. And things are looking good. Don't forget though, we also got a lot of crop to sell. The first, second day-ish of winter, all the cereal crop and canola. the soybean that we do have and will get from the contracts, we're going to store that because that price does not reach peak until the first or second day of summer. So we'll have to hold on to that for a while. The sugar beet that we'll get extra off field number 3, we're just going to sell that directly today because the price isn't half bad. So we're just going to go ahead and sell the rest of that crop as well. So all is looking good. I do have a couple fertilizing contracts. Like I said, all the big fields down in southern, should I say southern Griffin, Indiana, but the southern part of the map, all the big fields, those fields were all planted and they've been mostly fertilized. So that's going to be, I mean, nothing to do in those fields except for fertilization. But I don't think I am going to get any more contracts on fertilizing this fall/winter. So no big money coming in there. I could be wrong. I might get another fertilizing job on each field down there. I'm not too sure. I forgot how many I've done in each field, so it's hard to remember. But right now, yep, we're just going to go ahead and harvest all the soybean fields up here. Hopefully get them done today, which shouldn't be a problem because I'm only going to run it one time to speed. And then start refreshing some contracts, and hopefully most of these fields, since it's kind of still early fall, they'll want them replanted. Let me just double check the season. I think we can still plant all the way to the second day of winter. We can actually replant cereal crop. We can actually even plant canola. And who knows, maybe they'll want to plant oilseed. I never really see, the only map I've seen where other farmers, AI farmers, actually plant oilseed is on Wither Farms. I'm actually noticing that quite a bit in Wither Farms. They plant oilseed in the fall for an extra fertilization stage, which is kind of interesting because there's a crop you don't ever really see AI plant. At least I have not on the maps that I've been on. Alright, I'm coming, Frank. Hang on a second here. No, I don't want to hold him up because he's got the longer of the jobs. So let's go ahead and... Well, isn't that kind of convenient? He's full right at the truck. And I'm going to have to go deliver this to the co-op because we're going to be kind of full. Yeah, I want to help Frank out as much as I can because when I started course play, this is like a 2-hour job. So, I'm going to help him out as much as we can. You're going to fire on up. And actually, what I want to do... Hang on a second. No, I want to get into there. Hang on a second here. No, stop, driver. You know what? You can... What am I actually clipping on the truck? I got the truck too close, didn't I? What I want to do, I got to come in here to extra settings, advanced settings. Where are we here? Combine supplementing always on full pipe. Stop discharge header. Where is it? Every time I go to do this, I take forever. What I want to do is I want the combine / harvester to stop when it's unloading. Alright, so it's on the first box, stop during unloading, activated. And you know what? You may not be unloading because the trailer might be full. And the trailer is full. I'll try to be the good guy and not actually drive on the crops. I mean, I try not to, but sometimes, like the ideal combine, when I drove across, I didn't care at that point. Sometimes just don't care anymore. So we're not going to earn any cash from this. This is all for the contract. And actually, what I think I'm going to do is, since the combine, since the trailer is actually going to be empty, we'll take the trailer on up to the ideal combine to unload that because that's almost full. And we'll go deliver that as well. So doing nothing but contracts, harvesting contracts. I do got some fertilizing contracts, like I said, a couple of small ones to do. Can I cut across here? No, there's a riverbed. Yeah, there is a riverbed right there, so I gotta go across the bridge. No crops here, so I'm just gonna drive right across this farmer's field, which is perfect because you know, all the weight on these wheels driving on these crops would be just spectacular. Compacting the soil down, making it harder for the crops to germinate and sprout on up. I do like this modded trailer that we do have. Holds 120,000 liters. Not only that, it's a load trailer. So, like the belt system on the harvester that we were just at, it doesn't clip onto the trailer. It drives right under. I used to use a modded crampy trailer, but that trailer is kind of high, and the belt systems on those used to always clip the trailer. You couldn't get underneath it. Sometimes even lifting the harvester itself off the ground when the belt comes down. Don't walk out in the street, people. So we're going to try to get done as much as we can here during this episode. I'll get the other contracts done as well. And hopefully by next episode, we'll be pretty darn close to getting up to $800,000 in our bank account, and we'll be purchasing field number 30 for $770,000. So that will leave me 30, which leaves me enough for a couple days to get some more money stocked up and keep up with paying the loan interest. As for what I'm going to do with the money when we sell the crops the first and second day of winter, I'm going to say we got like $300,000 worth of crops before today that we're going to be selling. It's either save up money for the drill, the seed drill, and the seed tank. That's going to cost about $700,000 just for those two pieces of equipment alone. That doesn't count the planter, but we're not going to get into corn harvesting yet. And also, I would like to buy the third tractor as well. But the main thing would be to get the drill and the seed tanker. And we are going to be using a John Deere setup for the drill, the planter, and the seed tanker. Alright, that is all the sugar beet I have for now. So it looks like I got 4 trips of that. And anything extra we'll get to sell and bring money on in. Let's go unload the Ideal Combine and bring that on down and unload that into the co-op. And then bring the Peterbilt and the trailer back to Frank and the Panther. I'm pretty sure by the time we get back there, he'll be full. And by loading the Ideal Combine, that should let me go for quite a bit before we need to unload again. Well, it's kind of ideal that I'm at the edge of the field. That should be good right there. I hope it's good. Should be good. Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Now, the only thing I would like to see, but you can't because I got precision farming. If I were to go to see the fertilizing stages of fields, I can't see that. I have to. It says see precision farming, and if I go to here, nitrogen, I can't see the information on the fields because we haven't done the soil sampling on it. So I have no idea. Even though I'm fertilizing these fields, I can't see the condition of them as for fertilizer goes. But I was pretty darn good, I think, at fertilizing all the fields, as we all know, doing those contracts over and over and over again. They should be well and fertilized. Once we get all the equipment we need, the one thing I will do is definitely upgrade the engine in this Peterbilt. Luckily, all the land around here is flat, so on the get-go, it doesn't really have a problem getting going. But if I came to hills and such, it'd have a little bit of a problem. All right, let's go down to this co-op. Now, I got so many soybean field harvests going on, I have no idea which contract is going to accept first when I deliver there. That's the only thing about multi-mission contracts that you take. When they go to the same silo, I think it randomly just picks one. I haven't quite figured out the rhyme or reason which field it decides to pick first. Yep, Frank, I'll be there in a minute. I knew you were going to fill up before I can get back. It'd be great if it did field number 6, because that's one that's already been harvested. We'll just sit here and watch the upper right-hand corner, so it'll tell us if I completed a delivery for a field I haven't harvested yet. But since it's taken a lot of soybeans, it could be field number 6 or 29 or 30. Those are like the big fields that we're harvesting for soybean. Field 17. Field 17 is the biggest field? Is it really? Let's go back to here. So there's field number 6. Well, I guess 17 might be the biggest of them all. Alright, no problem. But that contract's almost fulfilled. This on 17 delivering there, but they're expecting so much soybean from all the fields, so it doesn't matter really. But all that matters is when we do finish delivering all the soybean that we need to, all the rest go to our silo, and that's where it can come in pretty handy. We did a soybean harvest not long ago, and I ended up with an extra 20,000 liters off that field. That's a lot of cash for soybeans. All right, Frank, here we come. We are coming, Frank. Yeah, so I definitely would, I'm thinking, if things go really, really well here, we might be buying some cows next episode, along with a field. So that would go over really well, I think. And the sooner the cows get offspring, the sooner they start making milk, and that's where the money's going to really start help to come in. Because like I said, we just delivered milk not that long ago, and I'm already up to 30,000 liters in the cow shed, cow barn, whatever it is. Oh good, you're on the correct side. Not that it matters, because I don't think I do crop damage. Do I? No, because I don't actually own the field. Alright, so now when you unload, you're not going to take off on us, right? So I can kind of like leave this parked here and go back to harvesting myself. Yeah, see, when the belt comes down, it doesn't hit the trailer. With the crampy that I used to use that held 90,000 liters, that trailer is a lot higher, and that belt would hit the top of the trailer and cause a whole bunch of problems. Right, I can leave that parked there, and we're going to go back to... Don't worry, that tractor and trailer you just saw at the shop I teleported to, that is leased equipment for the sugar beet harvest. Because yes, I leased the harvester and the header, and of course you just don't lease that, you get the tractor and a trailer that they recommend as well. So I do have to fertilize the grass field again because we harvested the grass field. I have not been back in to fertilize it. Oh, there, it must be 9 o'clock in the morning, and yep, the cow feeding system is going to work. Now, like I said before, I had it set for 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. The thing is, like I said, I don't get up, I kind of fast forward to past 6 a.m. So, of course, when you fast forwarding, yes, the cows are eating the TMR as much as they do per hour, and yes, your feeding system will activate, but it's not like your feeding system is going as fast as the time is. It just runs at the same speed. So if you're low on food and the TMR automated system comes on, it will feed the cattle. But if you're running at 2,000 times the speed, your cows could run out of food, and by the time the feeder actually starts putting the feed into the trough, I don't know how long it has to be before your animals are out of food and they die in seasons. I don't know how that works. But anyways, I just made it to 9 o'clock in the morning because I'm always going to be doing something at 9 o'clock in the morning, whether it's giving the cows water, checking contracts, checking the status of all the fields, doing some kind of work at 9 a.m. Hopefully that makes sense. May or may not, but whatever. I know what I'm doing, I think. we all think. We all hope anyways. So that was kind of interesting. I did not think field 17 was going to be bigger than 6, but since I harvested the full field number 6 and a headland of field number 29 that we're in, that doesn't even cover the contract in field number 17. Very interesting. And I know my combine is a little bit worse to wear on the repair status. I am probably not harvesting as good as I, possibly could, but I'm not going to lose as much. I think it was Badger once again. He commented on that Mr. Seeley P did a test on this a while ago, and I actually checked on the video myself a couple days ago, and I quickly scanned through it, and yeah, you don't really lose that much in crop. It was barely noticeable, but you do as right now. This header should be able to harvest at 12 miles an hour, and we're down to 10 miles an hour, which doesn't seem like that big of a change, but that is 20%. Is that correct? Doesn't seem right. Not quite 20%, but near 20%. It's like, what, 16.5%? I don't know. Been recording a lot of videos lately. As you probably know, this week I've been getting like 2 videos per day just about. So my brain is just about fried at this point. Don't think next week I'll be doing 2 videos per day. That's a lot of work right now for me. Along with the project. Unfortunately, I haven't given myself enough time to really get on the project too much. But I still do plan to get it out this summer. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, just search my videos and you can see the project teaser trailer. I have worked on it, but I've been doing a lot of preparation work for recording, but I really haven't gotten any recording done. I've been doing a lot of preparation work on all the maps that I plan on being on. Right now, it's definitely going to be on 3 different maps. And maybe as many as 5 maps. So, as you know, anytime you start playing Farming Simulator, the first thing you do when you get a map, you do all the prep work of, placing your house, doing whatever you do. I'm not doing that. I gotta set it up to where it goes along with the storyline that I'm trying to do. So, a lot of prep work. And when you're doing 5 maps, it could take a while. Speaking of taking a while, I probably need to get back to Frank, but you know what? I'm going to let Frank tell me when he's full. I was going to try to go down there and unload him occasionally, but I'll just wait until he calls me on the radio and tells me that he's full of sugar beet, because it doesn't matter if I drive in the crops or not, so I'll just go down and unload him when he's ready. But as you can see, all the, let me go back in just to show you all the contracts that we have going on right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12, 13 contracts we got going on. Most of them are harvesting soybeans, so it won't take me too long because some of the fields are awfully small. Well, I say awfully small. For the combine that we got, it's awfully small, so it won't take me too long to harvest those. Like I said, Frank's going to be there for about another hour and a half doing sugar beets. I may put Frank Jr. back to work, and I'll grab the Deutz-Fahr and grab the fertilizer spreader, because I got like 3 fertilizing contracts on smaller fields. Yeah, look at, I mean, quickly I was looking at it. I got easily like $100,000 to $110,000 worth of contracts waiting to be finished, and I want to get to $800,000. We're going to sell some milk. Speaking of, What is that milk price doing? 14.14. 14.14. Alright. I have to keep that in mind. I'll have to wait till the price is high before I sell it. I will try to put that into the episode when I do sell it. I'm not going to do it now. Obviously, I'm going to wait until the price is good. That could actually be a next episode. Next episode might be finishing up the contracts, do another contract, selling the milk, and then buy our land. Field number 30 with a soybean into it. So all the sheds on field number 30 will be parking like the harvester, the header, the corn header. Probably like the milk tanker I'll even put down here just to get it undercover. And of course, once we get the drill and the planter, the seed tanker, that will go down here as well. Because once we get field number 1 and convert that, planting it with grass, I won't need the planter up in that field either, because those fields will be grass and they'll just keep on growing. And once we get that all squared away, I'll try to figure out when winter comes, I sell the crop that's in our silo. Do I want to pay off some of the loan, or am I just going to save up for the planter and the seed tanker? And it looks like Frank is full once again. Like I said, keep him going, because I got a funny feeling I'm going to finish harvesting all these fields that have soybean in them before he's finished. Oh yeah, I always forget coarse play. Yeah, good old coarse play. When they when the belt or pipe is on the side of the crops, they kind of back up and give the room for a truck to come in and unload them. It should be out of the way, so when he starts back up, he can get going again. That's going in fast enough. Alright, we're going to jump back into our combine, which is right here. Get back to work. And I'm wondering how much soybean do I got in the silo now? Do I got any soybean? I got some soybean. Yeah, 20,000 liters is what I got off. I forgot what field it was I harvested. I got up to 20,000 liters of soybean. But we almost have 100,000 liters of canola, 250,000 liters of oats, 151,000 liters of barley. I mean, do I have $250,000, $300,000 worth of crop there? Maybe. Because it'd be great to get our own drill and seed tank next year, so we can start doing some planting without having to lease a drill all the time. And when it comes to doing contracts, I can take them whenever and don't have to worry about it. Because right now one of the 13 contracts I do have is sowing wheat in a field. And I did not borrow the items because the drill was kind of on the small side for that field. So I'm hoping once the bigger fields, like 17, come up, because we'll be harvesting that probably next. At least I will be anyways. Hopefully when that contract comes up for seeding, it'll give me a big seed drill, and I can do all the fields and knock those out. And of course, once they're seeded, they will need to be fertilized. So I'm thinking next episode will probably be this afternoon day, so we'll still be in day 3. Like I said, all morning I'll be doing these harvesting contracts. Frank's got to finish up, and then I'll get all these contracts pretty much taken care of except for seeding. And then I'm pretty sure if I refresh the contracts a little bit, these farmers are going to want their fields planted. So we'll start doing some planting, knock out some contracts, and hopefully maybe at the end of day 3 of fall here, we'll have enough cash to buy field number 30, which is right behind us. And we'll start expanding our farm, and maybe if we get even lucky and get a little bit more cash than I think we can get, we'll start buying some more cattle as well. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Griffin, Indiana. But until then, have a good one.